Hello friends, welcome to Supply Chain Academy. I am Dinesh, working with one of the software MNC in supply chain management since last 14 years, and I have worked on different aspects of supply chain management during this period. You will get a series of new videos on this channel to get the insight about supply chain management, which can help you in your studies or the professional growth. So if you have not subscribed the channel yet, then please subscribe the channel now and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. What is supply chain management is the topic of discussion for today. Please watch the video till end to get the better understanding of the concept. Goal of any supply chain management is to make sure that it fulfills demand of the customer with sufficient in-time cost-effective supply while still making the profit. So there are multiple parties involved in supply chain management. So at the high level, supply chain management is the complex process to make sure that it gives end customer the product they want at the time they want it, as much as they want it, and as and when they want it, with low cost but still managing to make the profit. Let us dive into the details of supply chain now. If we shuffle around the word in supply chain management, we can say that supply chain management is the management of the chain of the supply, from its source to the destination. Source is a location where product is manufactured or assembled, and destination is a location where product is delivered and consumed by the next tier of the supply chain. In short, it is moving finished good product from manufacturing plant to retail store through supply chain network, where end customer walks into the retail store to buy the product. But supply chain management is not only limited to manufacturing and movement of the physical products. It is also used to manage the services as well in service industry where direct product movement is not happening. For example, think of any hotel which provides services like room rental, room services, housekeeping, laundry, car rental service, in addition to food that they serve in their dining area, which can be considered as a hotel manufactured product. Supply chain management is needed to fulfill all the services mentioned here for the hotel to keep running their service business along with product from the dining area. In case of manufacturing, the plant will not directly supply finished goods to the retail store because manufacturing plant could be located in one country and retail store could be in another. They supply finished goods from manufacturing plant to retail store through the distribution network. In distribution network, manufacturer may have their own distribution centers which will supply to the retail distribution centers, and retail distribution centers will supply to the retail stores. Manufacturing plant needs raw material, components, subcomponents to assemble the finished good product, and they will get these things from their tier 1 tier 2 suppliers and vendors. Suppliers and vendors can also have the distribution network to support material movement. Retailer, distribution network, manufacturer, suppliers and vendors, carriers are called as the stakeholders of the supply chain, and they are geographically located at different locations. For example, retail store can be in India, manufacturing plant can be in Japan, and raw material supplier may be in China. So information flow, information and material coordination and material movement between all of the stakeholders become very important aspect of the supply chain management. So success of supply chain management depends on this. Think about any product we use as a consumer in our day-to-day life. Each product is made up of different raw material, components and subcomponents. Even if a single component doesn't get supplied in time from the vendor, it impacts the complete production schedule of the manufacturing plant, and eventually the finished goods supply to lower tier of the supply chain is impacted, which can result in failure of the supply chain. If product is manufactured in time, but there is a failure in a truck which is carrying the goods to the retail store, it will impact the supply. If there is a demand but not sufficient supply, something is wrong in the supply chain management, and there will be stock out for particular product in retail store. Vice versa. If there is a supply more than demand, something is wrong in the supply chain management, and retail store ends up into the overstock situation. A reason could be any to land up in overstock or stock out situation, but end result is bad supply chain management. So, Supply chain management is always the balancing act of demand versus supply. It should not be supplying more or less with respect to the demand. So as we said at the beginning of the video, supply chain management is a complex process to make sure that it gives end customer the product they want at the time they want it, as much as they want it, as and when they want it, with low cost but still managing to make the profit. To achieve the end goal of supply chain management, key things involved are people, technology, machines, and communication. In next video, we will look at the important role of these things in supply chain management and how they impact the end-to-end supply chain. Before wrapping up today's video, I have a question for you. Many people think that transportation management system and supply chain management system are the same. Do you feel they are same or they are not? Please let me know your comments in the comment box below. Thank you.